See, today is just the basic orientation. We'll take classes from tomorrow. The basic aspects like about question paper, answer writing, how to make notes, and the other related aspects. Yes. So, how many of you have seen the syllabus, Sanjana? How many? Yes. If you want to come, so syllabus. How many of you? One. So syllabus copies were given to you, isn't it? Online students also would have received the syllabus copies. Yes. So, how many of you have gone through the syllabus? Frankly, I just wanted you to participate. Online students, how many of you have gone through the syllabus? Anthropology Optional syllabus. None? To my surprise, not even one. And so if you did not see the syllabus, obviously you would not have seen the question paper either, isn't it? Yes? Okay. Anyway, syllabus we are going to discuss in the class and in the subsequent days. But with respect to this optionals, anthropology, or for that matters, any optional. So in anthropology you have, or any optional, you have two papers, isn't it? Paper 1 and paper 2. Syllabus also is provided in the same manner. So how many marks you have for optional? 500. 500, oh very good. 500 marks. How many hours you have to write the exam?
Average.
No idea?
People.
Yes. Paper 1 for how many hours and paper 3 for how many hours?
I think I count.
3 hours each. So altogether 6 hours. So this is for 250 marks. And 3 hours. And paper 2 also is for
Essence.
250 marks and 3 hours. Isn't it?
And
So generally 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So 6 hours you have to write the exam, and it is yes for 500 marks. And if you see the question paper, in paper 1 and paper 2, you have 2 sections. Section A and section B. Similarly, in paper 2 also you have section A and section B. So there are total 8 questions, 4 in each, out of which you are expected to write 5 out of 8 questions. Here also 5 out of
people. The base.
8 questions. Yes. So here 4 questions, here 4 questions. That means you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously here 5. Same with the paper 2 also, isn't it? So you have a choice. So out of 8 questions, you are going to write 5 questions, isn't it? But you have to follow certain rules So how to select these 5 questions? 1 and 5 are compulsory. There is no choice. 1 and 5 are compulsory. And these 2 questions have 5 subparts: A, B, C, D, and E. Each one carries 10 marks. So we have 50 marks here. The same goes here. 5 sub questions A, B, C, D, E. Each carries
Yes.
10 marks. 5 into 10, 50 marks, isn't it? So this is for 50 marks. And this is also for 50 marks. So you are expected to answer 1 and 5. So this is compulsory. There is no choice. That means out of the remaining 6 questions, you have to answer 3 questions, isn't it? Because 2, 1 and 5 are compulsory. So out of the remaining 3 questions which you have to write, there is again a specific order that you have to follow. You have to select one from section A and section B. Maybe I selected 2, I selected 6. The 5th one I can write from either section A or section B. Maybe I selected 4. So this is how you answer 5 questions. 1 and 5 are compulsory, and remaining one either you have to select one from section A and one from section B, and
That is good city.
that is compulsory. So either you select from one from section A and one from section B, and the 5th one you can select either from A or B. So 2 compulsory things are there here. What is the first one? 1 and 5 are compulsory. What is the second thing? You have to answer one from section A and one from section B. And the 5th one you can answer from either section A or section B, isn't it? Now, second question has 3 subparts. Likewise, you have 3 subparts for each of these questions.
Let's take the plus. Sorry.
So this A is generally for 20 marks, B and C are for 15 marks. So altogether, each question again carries 50 marks each. So 5 into 50, 250. You get my point? So second question, you have 3 subparts A, B and C. A is for 20 marks, B and C are for 15 marks each. Same is the case with 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th and 8th. You get my point? So this is how the question paper appears. So based on the inputs that are provided, can you explain me paper 2? Same. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. First question has how many sub questions?
Right.
What are the A, B, C, D, E? Same here. A, B, C, D, E. What about the remaining questions?
Must talk. It's a part.
3, no? A, B, C. Same is the case with the rest of the ones. Here each question is 10 marks. Here A is for 20 marks. B and C are for 15 marks each. Isn't it? Now how to answer this one? Who will tell? How do you answer?
Yeah.
What are the 2 compulsory things here?
1 and 5.
1 and 5 are compulsory. Good.
What's your job? People consent. My upset. Yeah.
Either you do from one you have to do from section A and one from section B. Maybe I selected 3 and 7. And what about the 5th one? Either section A or section B. Maybe I selected 4. Yes. So any optional is for 500 marks and for a duration of 6 hours. Paper 1 is for 250 marks and paper 2 is also for 250 marks. 3 hours each. If you want to take down, please take down. Online students, please take down. And if you have any questions, you can type in your chat box. Okay, so here I can see your chat and I can respond to your questions. Yes. Shravani, you can take down. Prem Singh.
What number? So, let me see. That.
Any questions on this particular part? What about you? You have sat empty-handed?
Sad. I didn't go.
Huh?
It's like.
No, you can't sit with empty hands.
Yeah. Wait.
So you have seen the question paper, no? This is how the question paper is. Now tell me the types of questions based on marks.
In the original the question. I don't know.
How many types of questions are there based on marks? You have 10 marker question, 15 marker question, and 20 marker
Questions.
isn't it? Now, these questions are expected to be written within a particular word limit. A confined space is given, and it is also expected to write within a particular time limit or in a time bound manner. Now, these questions, 10 marker, 15 marker, 20 marker, the words or the word limit which is given to them is like approximately or just about 150 words. Scale it up, this will become 225 words and this will become 300 words. So you are expected to write within word limit. Space limit, here 2 pages are given, here 3 pages are given, and here 4 pages are given.
Sure.
And the time is approximately 7 minutes for a 10 marker, 10.5 minutes for a 15 marker, and 7 times 2 is 14 minutes for a 20 marker.
Functional. And Hansen. Wait, I'm right. Sure. You sure it? Gospel.
So UPSC answer copies will be something different. Can I borrow your book? So UPSC answer copies are like this actually. Somewhat.
Funny.
And this is the space. Here also there will be one line. So that is the space in which, this is the space in which you have to write. And you cannot write in these margins, but somewhat similar to this. You get my point? So I'll draw a bigger one.
Wolfman son. Never that.
So page is like this. You cannot write outside this margin. You are expected to write here. Question is printed here along with a separate question paper is given that you can remove from the answer booklet. But even in the answer booklet, you have a question which is printed. Along with that one, some space is provided. You get my point. You have a question paper which you can detach from the answer booklet. And then in the answer booklet, also you have the question which is printed along with some space which is allotted. You get my point. So you can see that you have a word limit, subspace limit, as well as time limit. So you are expected to write in this a particular pattern, like the answer should be concise and accurate or precise. So you may have so much of content, but you have to write only some words. Maybe you have 1,000 words, or you have lot of content, but you are expected to write only 150 words, or maybe not more than 300 words. In this particular context, I have to tell you that writing too less, maybe 100 words, or maybe for 300 words you are writing only 150 words. Writing too less, they will allot less marks because you are not able to express yourself properly and you have fallen short of content. Writing less means getting less marks. Writing more, you are writing too much or exceeded the word limit. Nowadays they are allotting penalty marks. So that is why it is important to write concisely and accurately. Both of them are to be avoided. Writing too less is asking for less marks. Writing too much is asking for penalty marks. Some online question I have got. Section 2 number division are same as section 1. What does that mean? Are you talking about something which we have discussed earlier? This one?
Right.
So this is paper 1 and this is paper 2. We have section A and section B. Yes? So in section A, 4 questions are there. In section B, 4 questions are there. 1 and 5 has 5 subparts and the rest of the questions have 3 subparts. These are for 10 marks each and the remaining questions, A is always for 20 marks, B and C are for 15 marks. Is that the thing that you are asking? Okay, yeah.
Sweet.
So we are seeing the types of questions and the related aspects with respect to word limit, space limit and time limit. And writing too less is asking for less marks and writing too much is asking for penalty marks. It is important to write concisely and accurately. So you may have lot of content, but what you have to do? You may have lot of content. But you have to sacrifice some content in favor of adhering to word limit, space limit and writing in a time-bound manner. Isn't it? What is the example here? Maybe you have 1,000 words or more, but you are expected to write 150. That means what you have to do? You have to give your best points. maybe you have to prioritize the content that you have with you, isn't it?
Patient.
So please take down all these things.
I believe that functions are teaching very other way. Like say, tools. Agree.
See, generally, how to write an answer. This everyone knows, but it becomes mandatory
Say,
to tell you some basic aspects, which is a slightly bit more professional.
that's very good.
So definitely, every answer should have an introduction, body, and conclusion,
That's it.
isn't it?
There's
No, many times I say that introduction and conclusion cannot be rephrasing or paraphrasing
with
what has been asked in the question.
when discerning themselves of
So you should avoid rephrasing
harassment.
or paraphrasing
This
what has been asked in the question. At the same time, you should avoid negative tone
something that so
or sarcasm or maybe hypercritical comments. Both here and here as well.
This so in other Sasura has all this purposes devil the
See, for most of your classes, your class notes, I'll give you introductions and conclusions, but I would want you to think out of what I have discussed also, or maybe depending on the demand of the question or depending on the need. And in conclusion, you can use something like a way forward or relevance
Titans bomb. Let me say more
or maybe some current
from
updates,
some fun.
or maybe you can end on a positive note
Yeah.
which makes you look
Oh, just
as a visionary.
you know.
So these are some basic things which you have to follow
Yeah, but you got
in introduction and conclusion. And as you practice and as you go through the classes, you might be able to get the flair of it. Yes. Now coming to the body, we draw a pyramid here.
okay. Can't see. Right. So then,
So maybe you can try explaining the concept or the keywords, or you can write a definition,
8,
quote,
2,
or a phrase or something else like that given by any anthropologist or any other social scientist. Then you can try to interlink paper 1 and paper 2 or make it a multi-dimensional answer. See, one thing you have to note in UPSC, length and breadth is more important than depth of the answer. In most of the questions at least. In most of the questions at least. That means it is expected that you, on a particular topic, you see a 360-degree view. That means you have as many dimensions as possible on a particular topic. So that will come through interlinkages, establishing interlinkages between various topics in the syllabus and making them multi-dimensional. So you can link paper 1 with paper 2, and maybe depending on how broadly you think, you can bring many dimensions and perspectives. So multi-dimensional. Then you can also use certain examples and case studies in order to strengthen your argument, isn't it? Or maybe you can use some data, facts, figures.
Yep.
So in order to strengthen or substantiate your argument, isn't it?
True.
You can draw some charts, diagrams. Maybe this is a creative or innovative innovative way of writing. Maybe you can use some flow charts, isn't it? So it will improve the aesthetic influence, and at the same time, sometimes explaining by means of a diagram, flow chart, or some other thing, or by any pictographic means is more impactful. So you have to know that one. Wherever it allows you, you can use these charts, diagrams, or flow charts. So I would want you to strengthen your creative mind as well as your factual mind. So instead of by-hearting or something, you can try explore different avenues and different aspects of writing an answer. Yes.
It's quick, sling and break.
Yes. I'll be coming to it. One more thing is there. I'll finish this one, and then and finally, it is subject-specific terminology. Subject-specific terminology. So every subject has its own terms, isn't it? And they have their own scholars. So you have to definitely use subject-specific terminology along with the keywords and the scholars related to anthropology or the anthropologists. Then it becomes a subject-specific answer. See, at least 25% of the topics will be there where you can write an answer even now. But how to make it an anthropological answer? By bringing anthropological perspective. That comes through usage of the terms, jargons, verbatims, phrases, and quoting the anthropologists, etc. Isn't it? So make sure you write in a subject-specific manner. Otherwise, as I said, 25% of the topics will have no differentiation between general studies and anthropology. So how to make it anthropological answer? By bringing anthropological perspective or quoting anthropologists or certain phrases, quotes, and jargon specific to anthropology. So that is about writing an answer. Now, one of your friend is asking to elaborate length and breadth rather than depth. Length and breadth is more to do with dimensions, perspectives. So length and depth means, length and breadth means broadness. Depth means detailed. So you take a particular topic and discuss on that topic in a detailed manner. So this gives, or this is a specialist answer. academic experts, people in research, these people are expected to give a specialist answer. But the nature of the exam, if you take, it is a generalist service, isn't it? So here, broadness.
Because
So this is a generalist answer. You get my point. So this gets more weightage than that one, because here the person is able to see the things from multiple aspects. Maybe you have studied law, or you have studied commerce, or you have studied arts, maybe you studied humanities, or maybe you are a doctor, or you are an engineer, or you are a management graduate. So many disciplines are there, no? So are you, after recruitment, if a person is doctor, are the doctors are posted only in medical field? No. Isn't it? You are posted in different departments in different capacities. So they are saying whether the individual has that acumen of thinking from multiple perspectives, because you should be able to grasp quickly. No one will develop it. You have to develop it by yourself. You have to think all possible aspects. Say, for example, case study. What is a case study in ethics? Trying to think from multiple aspects and arriving at a logical conclusion or right course of action. Keeping in mind definitely some value system, isn't it? So that your actions will have a fruitful consequence, isn't it? Same here. So this is more important. The ability to see a particular aspect from multiple points of view or multiple dimensions is more important for this exam rather than this one. And that is why in GS or essay, the same thing they are testing. In essay, they are testing whether a person is able to write from multiple perspectives. GS also, you can see, most of the questions, whether it is history, geography, or polity, governance, IR, or economy, or disaster management, anywhere, they are seeing how broad a person is able to think. Because this is one of the essential prerequisites of the service, which is now going on generalist line. That is a drawback also, which has been quoted by the various committees like HOTA committee in 2004, who says that this is a high time to give up this kind of recruiting generalists. Some committees are stating that you have to recruit specialists. Like, say, for example, Indian Engineering Service. Only engineers are selected and they are posted according. So they are like, the need of the hour is to have specialized services, maybe a doctor into a medical department and so on and so forth. Lawyers into law services, accountants into like accounts department, so on and so forth. That will be more specialized, but I don't think it is going to come in the time. So from at least for another 2 decades at least, unless until things change drastically, isn't it? But for another 2 decades, the nature of the exam will be same. If the nature of exam is the same, which is in favor of generalists, then you have to see from different dimensions. You getting my point? Writing a too technical answer in this exam in any GS or maybe even in optional also is not very much required. So you have to have optimum, not too much. If you have too less, you can't write the exam. So optimum is best. Otherwise it will become imbalanced. Like balanced diet, no? What is balanced diet? Having everything in equal proportions. What is imbalanced diet? Consuming less or even consuming more also. For this exam also same situation. If you are consuming more, it may delay your the time taken to crack this exam. If you are having less, you may not be able to clear the first stages only. So what is required here? Optimum, a balanced approach, a balanced resource, a balanced content. If you are trying to dig the content, maybe on one particular topic you want to read in detail, what will happen? You will sit on that topic for at least like 1 week. The 1 week, what you have studied in the class, we may discuss in not more than half an hour. Yes or no? Many students do thorough research for many of the topics. So in that manner, what will happen? The time taken for them to complete that particular topic and even the syllabus becomes itself very challenging. So what you have to do? You have to look for the optimum. So what is optimum obviously is decided by the subject expert based on their experience and expertise. So I would strongly urge that instead of deviating and gathering lot of information, you can directly ask me, sir, can we read this one, or can we add these more points, or maybe I got this information, can we add it? Rather than following your own discretion. Because you trusted us and you have come here, so I would ask you to bank on my experience and expertise so that I can show you the right direction. Yes.
That it's not very short by Jimmy Cardos here, but I can get a question in contented with. For example, then 8 or 10 is not very good.
You can do so. It depends on the knack of your writing actually. If you have that natural flair of, or you are a natural writer, then obviously you have a number of ways of writing an answer. But most of them do not have this practice of writing. See, very frankly, I'm saying, okay, don't get disappointed. How many of you have this particular thing of writing in your 10th class or 12th class or graduation? You would not have definitely not even 10% of what you're doing now. That is the drawback that most of us have. And most of the studies that most of the students would have received was mostly bookish with no practical orientation. They have not learned in totality. They did not develop understanding on the topics that they have studied. Maybe you would have studied something in 10th class. If I ask now, you will not be in a situation to tell. Why? Because you have just learned, okay, you have what the purpose is solved, you have dissolved content. But if you have learned properly, you would definitely understand. Say for example, if I throw something up, it is falling down. What you are saying that everyone is saying this one, gravitation. Why? Because you have an example and you have learned it well. It is not the case with most of the topics that you have studied, whether it is in social sciences or natural sciences or physical sciences or history. Isn't it? That is why most of the syllabus, particularly in order to clear your prelims, it's basically NCRT. You have studied that one, then only completed your graduation, no? But see the unfortunate thing, most of you are getting trained on NCRTs, for which you are resorting to, or you are joining institutes like us. You can't you read NCRT and understand by yourself? No, I'm just saying. But what I mean to say is that the learning has been compromised. For the matter of fact, we did not have that, we did not develop that qualities through our education system. And that is the main drawback. So most of us do not have that capability to write for 3 hours in a stretch and then 3 hours again in the evening. So that means in a day you are writing 6 hours, and how many papers you have? 5 plus 2, 7, which are marked and ranked, or that what you say, they are taken into the merit list. Besides 2 languages, one is English and the other one is your native one. So total 9 exams. So 4.5 days. Morning 3 hours, evening 3 hours. Earlier you would have written exams to get good marks. Now you are writing exams in order to get a job. There you might have felt tension or maybe some kind of anxiety and challenges. Here everything is a challenge. So what I mean to say is that now you have to develop that capability to write every day. Practice every day. Isn't it? Revise as many times as possible. Develop clarity on the concept. Conceptual clarity we say, no? Once you have the conceptual clarity, you may be able to remember it for a long time to come. So when you have conceptual clarity, you are not afraid of writing an answer anytime. If any students, even those students who are going to mains, if they come and say, okay, I'll give you one question, please. No, sir, I'll revise and come. So that means you are not ready for the situation. Isn't it? You have to develop this habit. Once you have the conceptual clarity, you should be able to write an answer anytime. It's not that every time you revise and then only go and write an answer. So such kind of things happen only when we do not learn properly. Even after learning properly, if it is not substantiated by revision, then again it becomes a difficult task because you are studying a variety of subjects. Coming again, see the dimensions, general. What you are studying, almost everything under the sky. Yes, not only NCERTs, but some standard books you are reading. You are reading what? History? Well, till post-independent consolidation. World history also you are reading. Art and culture you are reading. Geography you are reading. All types of geography. Then polity, governance, international relations, economy, disaster management, internal security. If that is not enough, agriculture. Then you have science and technology. And then ethics, aptitude and integrity. If that is not enough, you have an essay, which is quite unpredictable. It can be anything. Top on that, you have a optional. Now see the complexity. You have everything. So you are consuming lot of data. Yes or no? It is a difficult thing or a very easy thing? Definitely a difficult thing if we consider ourselves as human. For any person. That means when you are consuming lot of data, you have to make sure that you learn them properly so that it will be absorbed. Otherwise, it is just like a stone. You are taking data, falling on that stone and spinning over. So nothing is left in your brain. So you have to absorb the information through conceptual clarity by relating what you are studying with the things that you are seeing around. Once you learn properly, yes, then you have to back it with multiple revisions. Then you have to write, isn't it? So you have that conceptual clarity is very, very important. Revisions are very important. For adding to this both, writing practice also is very important.
So,
You get my point? In the class itself, many a times when I am saying something, students are finding it very difficult to write. Why? Because they did not develop the habit of writing only. Yeah, some people are banging. I will not come tomorrow. You get it? Well, Sanjana is on among them. I'm just joking. You get my point? Why? And definitely as a teacher, and because you paid me, I will not go against your interest, no? If you ask me to slow down, I'll slow down. If you say, sir, you slow down dead slow, I can very slowly. Instead of 5 months or 4 months, I'll take 6 months. What is there? But I'll definitely work in favor of you. Yes or no? But what about in the examination? So that has to be practice. If you practice writing every day, and if you practice writing fast, only then you will be able to write an answer within this stipulated time. Otherwise, this will not be happening. Not only writing fast, recalling also should be there, isn't it? You read the question and you take like 7 minutes to understand the question. 1 10-marker is out. You try to take or you try to like maybe think for half an hour next year only. You get my point? So that means you have to read the question, understand it, recall the information, then write it in a basic manner, isn't it? So this all should happen within 7 minutes or for each of these different types of way. For 20 marker it is 14 minutes, but the length is more. Yes or no? So in order to do that one, you have to develop this stamina, learn the things properly. If you understand, rest is assured. Then after understanding, getting conceptual clarity, revision. Then writing. If you are doing these 3 things properly, definitely you will emerge victorious. If you are doing it or if you delay getting these capabilities or acquiring these competencies, the things will be slightly dip. The sooner, the better, and the faster exit. Otherwise, all the process gets affected. And you know it is a very lengthy process. At least the cycle is for 1.5 years, isn't it? So you have to value your time, value your efforts, isn't it? Value your stay in Delhi or value your sacrifice of not taking a job or going to higher studies or abroad or something else like that, isn't it? So everything comes at a cost. Even your preparation is coming at a cost which is very dear. You have to make most of it. Yes, conceptual clarity, revision, writing. Till when? Till the course is on. Now till you see your name in the final. Let's see. And I would want to tell you on the first day, I'll tell you the same thing in your last day also. All of you have started your preparation knowing that this is a reasonably difficult exam. I won't say very difficult because we only make things difficult or easy. Yes or no? It is our attitude which makes us perceive something as easy or difficult. But supposedly some kind of reasonable difficulty is there in this exam. Yes or no? So you all know that it is somewhat reasonably difficult. And I know that 100 out of 100, that means 100% of you who are sitting here and online, you know that you have to work hard. Yes or no? How many of you know that you have to work hard? Online students, I'll first take the poll, then I'll see on to the offline students. You can just raise your hand or finger. Yes, only Banu. You get my point? So most of you, obviously, yes. And on offline students, how many of you agree that you have to work hard? Okay, now tell me what is working hard. That is coming to classes every other day after 1 week, or taking a break and then resuming, or attending the classes as per your convenience. No. First one is discipline. That means doing the same thing over and over again and you are not getting bored doing the same thing. That means, say for example, you are attending classes today, you have to attend the classes till the classes are completed without any fail. Only one excuse: if I am not feeling well. Correct. Or maybe if there are any holidays. Or maybe if there are any unforeseen circumstances, maybe a marriage or a function in your family, you have to go. Yes or no? Otherwise, a discipline. Then commitment towards your goal. It is your goal or my goal? Don't say our goal. Isn't it? So it is primarily, yes, your goal, and in your success lies our success also. That's a different thing, but primarily it is your goal. So you have to be committed to towards your goal. So discipline, commitment, and the third thing is hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. No, again, hard work is both a qualitative thing as well as a quantitative thing. Isn't it? Quantitative thing means maybe one person is working 4 hours per day for 4 years. One person is working 8 hours per day for 2 years. Maybe one person is working 10 hours per day for 2 years. Now, who is doing more hard work? Obviously, 10 hours per day. Now you have to fit on in this particular bracket. 4 hours per day, 4 years. 8 hours per day, 2 years. 10 hours per day, 2 years. Now you think about yourself, like whether I am giving sufficient time in preparing this exam, whether I am disciplined, committed, and doing that hard work or not. Isn't it? These are the 3 essential things. Isn't it? Only then you should be able to fulfill your dreams, isn't it? Because you all know that it is reasonably a difficult exam, and you all know from the first day itself that you have to work hard. The same thing I am reminding you. On the first day, I will also remind the same thing on your last day also. Because in this 4 to 5 months, I will be seeing you in close. I would have an experience with each one of you. Isn't it? So the same thing, how you have your heads and shoulders broad, head high, shoulders broad. The same thing I would want on your last day. The same thing I would want when you are going to your exam. The same thing I would want at every stage in your life. That will only come when you are disciplined, you are committed to what you are doing, and with the hard work. You get my point? So this is something you have to remember. and remind you in the last day also. I'm very much particular about attendance. I'm little bit like, even though I'm mostly jovial, sometimes I may be aggressive also, only when your attendance is not good. Or maybe you're not following these 3 rules: discipline, hard work, commitment. Isn't it? Obviously, I feel for it, and that is why I sometimes think that I have to correct them. Isn't it? So please make sure that you remember these 3 things. Work hard. Yes. So conceptual clarity, then revision, writing practice, very important. Yes. So paraphrasing or rephrasing is like maybe explain the impact of urbanization and industrialization on family system. Paraphrasing or rephrasing means in the answer. That is the question. Examine the impact of urbanization and industrialization on family system. What is paraphrasing or rephrasing is the impact of urbanization and industrialization on family system is give. That is paraphrase or rephrase. Or examine the impact of globalization on traditional indigenous economic system. Write the same thing. Remove examine. The impact of globalization on traditional indigenous economic. Waste of words. Yes or no? Because everyone is a champion who is preparing for this exam. They have some special capabilities and skills, and definitely some special qualities also. Now every other person is as competent as you. Now, if everyone is at the same competency level or of the same level, either intellectually or with respect to other skills and competencies, you can't just write such kind of lame words and languages or sentences only to score less. Yes or no? So you have to take an opportunity in every question, many such questions across many papers. Yes or no? Only then you will be able to enhance your scores, even 1 mark on in each paper. Isn't it? Mostly everyone will be at the same level, some basic threshold. Now 1 mark, 19 marks, 19 questions, no? In paper 1, 19 questions in paper 2. So in optional 38 marks, basic 1 mark in each of them. Then maybe essay 10 marks or maybe 15 marks. Then GS 4, no? 20 questions, 20 marks, 80. $133 marks above the basic threshold, rank 1. Or maybe at least below 50 or below 100. Yes or no? So that is how you enhance your potential. It is only a difference of half mark, 1 mark, which cumulatively have a huge difference. It is not that all of a sudden I go to that capacity of scoring 300 plus. How will you go at 300 plus? By practicing all these basic things and being consistent. Yes or no? So that will be reflected in your answer copies. That will be reflected in every stage. Maybe that will be reflected in your personality test also. And that is how you enhance your potential to score more marks. And there is no substitute for hard work. Yes. So that is about it. Any more questions? Yes, online. Ian, you understood what is rephrasing or paraphrasing? You want me to give a few more? So we have seen how to write an answer, isn't it? So what all we have seen today? We have seen how the question paper is. Then we have seen types of question and the other related aspects. And then we have seen how to write an answer. Yes, so these are the 3. Next one, how to prepare notes. Yes, someone is calling, I have heard. Yes, yes.
Teach my offer. The idea of me to answer what step we need and a topic on this country. Who think positive but puts them and I need way. But I know.
in the class after teaching a particular topic, I actually give you a question to answer actually that you write and submit it the next day. And during your weekend tests also, like I'll be asking certain questions, which could be both the questions framed by me as well as previous year questions. You get to my point. I'll discuss that one also in short time. Maybe I'll answer you so that you'll feel happy. No, yeah. So with respect to answer writing, see, like after teaching a particular topic, or maybe daily one topic or two topics or three topics, I'll ask one question as a daily answer writing once. So this is daily answer writing practice. Now these questions, because I'm asking every day, like say for there are 100 classes or 90 classes, you will have 90 questions. So 90 questions you are writing in your daily class. That after the class you can go home, revise, and then write the answer and submit it the subsequent day. And online students can send through Telegram or WhatsApp, I think. So this is daily answer writing. So these are the questions which are framed by me. Some questions are from previous year questions. Then weekend, you have weekend test. So this weekend test is for 125 marks. So 5. Some 10 questions will be there here. Here 1 question per day. There are approximately 10 questions. And then after completing a particular section, you have sectional test. This is for 3 hours and 250 marks. So you have daily answer writing. The question is provided in the class and you are expected to submit the subsequent day. Monday to Friday you have classes. Saturday is for revision, and you are expected to write the test on weekend. Approximately some 10 questions are asked, and which is for 125. After completion of a particular section, you have 250 marks test, 3 hours. Now in this you would have been exposed to a variety of questions. Some are frequently asked, some are repetitions, which also includes the previous year question papers. So previous year questions on. Now after this, you have a comprehensive test. After like paper 1, you have a comprehensive test. So here you are again exposed to a variety of questions. This itself makes you very strong if you follow. Conditions are there. That is, condition is not that I will not be giving this. A condition is that you have to answer this once, because this is not a new thing which we are doing. We are doing it just for more than a decade now. So this will go very mechanically, very smooth. But you have to have the will to take these tests. If you are answering regularly, you will definitely improve your competence. Is it not scientific or not? It is completely science. Revision, cumulative revision, again a revision, and you are covering most of the questions on the topics which are there in the syllabus. You get to my point. And as I said, these will be evaluated and provided to you. And this is what you have to do in answer writing. When doing this answer writing in this particular stage during classroom program, I expect that you write from the classroom notes, because this will be a compilation of various sources. Obviously, that I claim that it is better than many other things, which has conceptual clarity and the information to the point. So you are expected to read them. And how many of you are writing your exam this year? That means like 2026. All of you. Online students, how many of you are giving your exam in 2026? All of you. Yes. So if all of you are giving, you have to make sure that you practice the methodology properly. That means in this run, after that some 100 days are there. 100 days is like 3.5 months approximately So this 5 months plus that 3.5 months, 8.5 months, I think should be okay for covering the length and breadth along with every other. So along with classroom, with the classroom information, you can do that. But after your classes are over, some standard books are given to you from where you can take certain examples, case studies. We are also providing some case studies books, topic wise, which I think most of you would have seen. So you can add information from these two sources in this one. So that will be the full and final one. That means your content enrichment over a period of time keeps on increasing, but we would stop at a particular place. Isn't it? You can't keep on increasing only to waste time. So your class notes, basic thing, along with some examples, case studies from standard books and our case studies books, enough. Once the content is consolidated, what you have to do, the same content you have to read a number of times, answer a variety of questions, and practice in a time-bound manner. Simple. If you see it from a very simple and disciplined manner. But the same thing becomes complex. The same simple strategy becomes complex because of lack of discipline. Maybe 1 week classes you missed. 1 week daily answer writing is pending. 1 week, one sectional, one weekend test is missing. You continue it for 2 weeks. The point of no return. Maybe you have to come and join the next batch. 1 month, no point. Next batch. Even next batch also you do like that next year. You get a simple process. Actually, this is a well-maintained and well it's like a result-oriented approach. Only if you are able to follow this in a proper manner. No one can prove this methodology wrong. There is no flaw in this methodology also. You get my point? The flaws will be from the individual perspective. Otherwise, 100% scientific. You can tell your parents, or you can ask any teacher, or you can ask even our previous students also whether they are we are conducting them for just more than a decade without fail for every batch. You get my point? So they are very well organized. What is required is I want students to follow this in letter and spirit for your own betterment, isn't it? So this is the thing. So in these ones you are writing from the class notes. In the 100 days you are given like standard books and case studies where you add some points from this in your classroom, and that will be the final source beyond which you are not going to go. Otherwise your most of your energy will go in value collecting information only, or maybe like you will become another Google, or maybe in latest artificial intelligence. You get my point? We don't require that much knowledge. As I said, balanced nutrition, optimum information, suboptimum, more than optimum, not required for this exam. If you have any problem or any difficulties finding out what is right, what is wrong, or what is optimum, what is suboptimum or over optimum, I am always here. And I will definitely not deny answering any kind of question, particularly when it falls within my ambit. Yes. So make sure this is the thing. Yes. No. I'll elaborate this in times to come for every day, like maybe for the first 15-20 days, I'll guide you on each and everything so that you'll pick up that momentum and pace, after which I think you should be fine on your own. But on every stage, with respect to your daily answer writing or one-page notes, I'll help you out. After 10-15 days, I think you should be confident enough, isn't it? Now, how to prepare notes? Okay. Finally, you have kept a notebook. Yeah. See how to prepare a notes. See, well, whatever, maybe some people are writing in your notebook, some people are writing on pages, whatever, maybe like your own comfort. Maybe some are writing in completely white. I by no means I would want you to write in ruled pages. Ruled. Everyone write in ruled one, or maybe you, the one which you are writing UPSC booklet, give me that one also. Thank you. So either in this one, or maybe on white papers, or UPSC papers, or maybe A4 sheet papers or something else. like this. Okay. So when you keep a book, particularly when this is a white page. This is the book. Every topic you are putting a heading here. You're writing the content here. Maybe you can leave some space at the bottom for value addition, or you can leave space this side for value addition. How you do this one, I'll show you. Listen this. So this is an A4 paper. You may leave space like this. You can write the class notes or the things which are told in the class here. You can leave this space for value addition. Either like this, or maybe you don't like this one. No? You can write here. You can leave this for value addition. When you are doing value addition, after your classes are over, from the standard books and the case studies. Standard books you need not read cover to cover. I'll tell you some important topics and some additional topics that you can read. Here you can number. Or maybe if you did not like this model, maybe write here and leave it for value addition. Or maybe for each and every topic you can leave some space behind the pages for value addition. Because I would want you to continue with these notes till you get the rank. And I don't want to replicate your efforts or duplicate your efforts. Some people, what they do, they make the notes. After classes are over, again they are making notes from my notes only. What is this? And they are coming and saying, sir, I only taught. No, you are showing my notes to me. So no need of that one. Instead, you can use that time for value addition and revising and practicing. So don't duplicate your efforts. So if you have this right from the beginning, no, you'll make sure that you prepare the notes with the scope of value addition in the same notes. You get my point. So here what you are doing, you are leaving some space either for on the each page or maybe after the topic is over for value addition, which will be done after your classes are over, and then that value addition comes from the reference books as well as the case studies booklets that we are giving. That is the final source according to you. If you deviate, that's up to your own. But this is my view and this is my approach. You get my point? So how to prepare notes? So whatever I am teaching, you are leaving scope for a value addition. Number one. This value addition you are doing from reference books, case study. That's it. You can write clearly so that you can revisit. Because all of you are writing exam in 2026 and also attending GS coaching most probably. Don't think impractically and don't behave like robots or this like artificial intelligence and other things. Okay. Because we all work within some time bound manner and we all have 24 hours. You are attending GS classes or maybe you are attending anthro classes also, and you are moving from one place to another place within which you have to keep yourself healthy, eat healthy, stay fit. Many things are there, no? It's not always you're keeping your book and nothing is going in vain. Isn't it? So you have to focus on all aspects of life. Focusing on only books and study will make you paranoid. You get my point? So you have to have everything in your life. Eat healthy, stay fit, study. Sometimes take break and entertain yourself. You get my point? Otherwise, it's difficult to manage, isn't it? What do you say, Sanjana? What is your view? Yeah. So that is the thing. So making notes with a scope for value addition. And after making notes, like okay, I'm saying something and you're writing in your notes, and then after you go home, read obviously, revise as many times as possible till you remember the things. Then make one-page notes. One-page notes. From tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever I get into the topics, I'll tell you how to make one-page notes. This one-page notes will help you revising quickly. and revising as many times as possible, because it is easier to carry few pages rather than voluminous or bulky notebooks, isn't it? By the end of this, I think you'll get some 4 or 5 books, isn't it? So you cannot go with all these 5 books. Rather, you can carry some few papers for revision, even while you are traveling, or maybe before your exams or between your exams. So from these class notes, you are making 1-page notes right from day 1. So in this manner, by the end of the course, you should be able to consolidate information. You should have 1-page notes, and I think all the topics in the syllabus will be covered. You will have content on it. So consolidation of information is over, along with the class. Otherwise, as I said, many students I have seen, not our students, but after the classes, their work starts, which otherwise would have been completed in the class on. And here we give you some handouts on only some topics, or maybe like some dry topics, which also will be discussed. But most of the topics I'll discuss and then give you notes. You get my point? We don't give handouts, ask students to read from the handout. Then there is no point of handouts are sufficient. That's all. So this is how you are preparing theory. So along with the class notes, leaving scope, and after going home, revising as many times as possible till you remember, and then making 1-page notes. So 2 hours of class, after going home, you have to read for 2 more hours. What you are reading, what has been taught in the class, then revising as many times as possible, making 1-page notes and doing your daily answer writing. I would ask you to complete within 2 hours. Because if I am taking 2 hours to teach you, in the same time you are writing your this thing also. Do you require more than 2 hours to go and read? No, I'm telling you. Or revise. You shouldn't take more than that. Maybe if you are a slow learner, you can take half an hour more. But effectively, when you are taking your class, I would ask you not to spend more than 4.5 hours at any cost. Don't get obsessed, because sometimes in the beginning you will find it very easy, all are very interesting topics. But slowly and gradually the difficulty level of the topics also will increase. You get my point? Initially, to have smooth transition, anyone will pick up easy topics. But seeing that one, don't think that this is only a very simple thing. Over slowly and gradually, as I said, our difficulty level or the intensity of the class or the subject will hit one peak, and then slowly again it will come down towards paper 2, because paper 2 is very general in nature. But otherwise, yes, at one point of time, the intensity peaks and it stays there for some time before it comes down. So don't get into a predetermined mindset that, okay, all topics are easy. As I said, no, we ensure smooth transition, and that is why things are taken in a specific order. But as I said, things will peak up and stay there for some time before again the graph comes down, the difficulty level. Yes. So this is how you make 1-page notes, and then the notes with a scope of value addition. Next, finally, how we proceed with the classes. Yes. See, this classes, what I tend to every batch, this is completely my discretion. It depends on the pulse of the class. Some students are very, maybe some batches are maybe the character of the batch. By and large, they may be a fast learner. Maybe in the beginning they are fast, towards then they are slow learners. Some are slow and then they become fast learners. Some are disciplined, some attend regularly. Some attend whenever they remember me. Yes. Or maybe whenever they remember their goal. Or maybe some friend is asking why you are not going to classes. So to avoid embarrassment, they are coming and sitting here. There are many multiple aspects are there. And some students will think that after taking admission in a coaching center, they are becoming, they got the service of their choice. Earlier also, we have been seeing students here, after getting admission in a particular institute, they are thinking, my son and daughter became, no. That is just the tip of the iceberg. Listen, game started, no? Right. So you have to make sure you attend the classes regularly without fail. And the way I take classes is purely my discretion. As I said, it depends on the character of the class, by and large, how students are responding. As I said, some are quick learners, some, by and large, I'm saying, I'm not speaking with respect to individual variations, but generally, some batches are very friendly. Some batches are like very serious. They don't even smile. They're like multiple characters. So based on my comfort levels and my perception of the character of the class, by and large, I adopt different models. And then any model, my ultimate aim is to make you understand and to have a smooth transition all throughout. It's not that I want to show my might or I expect that you show your might on me. You get my point. So everything is planned in such a way that you will have a smooth transition. And I definitely like happy faces smiling at me rather than looking very angry or aggressive at me. Listen, everyone want to do the same thing, no? Like, so obviously, but from tomorrow, most probably I'll discuss 1.1 paper. I'll start with paper 1. I'll discuss 1.1. 1.1 again, I won't go to development of anthropology, just to make you understand what is anthropology and the scope of anthropology, which will enable you to understand the subject as a whole, like the different aspects of it. Then I'll go to socio-cultural anthropology 2.3. Then obviously after the 2.3, marriage, family, kinship, economic organization, political organization, religion, anthropological theories, language, communication, research methods, culture, society. So this completes socio-cultural anthropology. Same order general. Some topics here and there, depending on the linkages, I may leave them and connect them when a need arises. Otherwise, the same topic. So this is socio-cultural. Then where we left 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So meaning, scope and development, relationship of anthropology with other disciplines, major branches of anthropology, this human evolution and other theories related. Then you have 1.5, like this is primatology. And then you have 1.6 fossils, 1.7 basis of biology, 1.8 archaeology. So this is the next one. Next 9.1, again here order is slightly different from what I am writing here, because some of the syllabus is not given in a proper sequence. In order to establish sequence and backward linkages and forward linkages, I have to reshuffle the topics. So that is why not necessarily the same order, but yes, 9.1 to 12. Genetics, human growth and development, and other bio events of fertility and applications of anthropology is 9.1 to 12. So paper 1 will take the most time. Again, as I said, depending on the holidays. Some festivals are coming, no? Like next this August we have some festivals. Independence Day is there. And then some other festivals are there, and then in October and November you have festivals, isn't it? So Diwali is a big major festival here, for which we are also shut for like 1 week or 10 days. 1 week, 1 week. So likewise, depending on that, and which 4 to 5 months, maybe sometimes it may go beyond that one, depending on holidays. I'm usually fine, except for 1 or 2 days, because I'm also a human being. I can catch cold, or I can also get fever, isn't it? Or maybe there could be a problem at home on that holidays, including all that. Generally, 5 months it should be over. 5 months. Very rarely it goes past 5 months. Maximum 5.5 months. You get me? Because the number of classes won't change. Classes are same, but between classes, holidays may change. You get my point? So from some students, after 2-3 days only, they start asking, sir, when will the batch complete? What? I started only 2-3 days back. Immediately started, sir, when will they complete the news? What should I say? So I assume 5 months. So July, no? August, September, October, November. Not then December 15th. Maximum December 15th or by end of December. So till that time, we be prepared. If some students will come, as I said, after 1 week only, sir, I want to vacate Delhi. Sir, tell me when you complete so that I can book my flight ticket. What is this emotional blackmail? You get my point. Online students, we will not have that problem, but offline students, after 1 month only, they'll come and say, sir, I have to book ticket. Tell me which date means what should I do? End of December, January 2026, the first only you can book. You get my point. But don't come and ask after 1 week only, sir, when will you complete one? I feel very embarrassed. End of December till end of December, please don't think otherwise. Because I can teach very quickly also, but it is of no use. You will not be able to appreciate it. Yes or no? So our main aim is to get conceptual clarity, and I make that clear to you. Yes. So that is about. This is paper 1. Paper 2 will go in the same direction. Paper 2. 1.1 to 5.3, 6.1 to 9.1. 1.1 to 5.3 is archaeology, Indian, and then the 6.1 to 9.3 is tribal.
Good. Right. Sure.
Sir. So, and one more final request is when we start classes tomorrow, if you have any questions, now ask me on the spot. Okay. On the spot, like where online students also, if you have any questions, yes, some Ian is typing. So likewise, you can type your question. Okay. And most probably I should be able to answer them unless until if I don't see this chat, but I keep an eye on the chat. So if you have any questions that are arising in your class when I'm discussing something, I would ask you to type it in your chat box so that they will be addressed. Yes, offline students can ask me. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.